Welcome to the McKinley Hill Stadium for Game Day 4 of the Philam Life 7's Football League. I'm Paulo De Rosario alongside Ryan Phoenix, and we have a great match for you for today. Delimondo versus Stallions. Two teams right now who feel that they could get far dito sa liga natin. And Ryan, first of all, let's take a quick look at the Stallions team, because this is a team that has yet to register a win but have great names in their roster that should see results.
I'm a bit surprised that they haven't had their first win. Got Doctora, Fitch Alboleda, and Nathan Alquiros among the lineup in their lineup. So I feel that they should have at least 3 points in their name. Today is a good chance to have their first victory.
Well, Delimondo Laro FC also have big names there. They already have a couple of wins under their belt. What do they need to do to make sure that they still progress further dito sa liga natin?
Where for Delimondo, I think today, their main worry is about chemistry, because a lot of players who played last week are not available this week. So you've got Wako Canes and Takashi Odawara who's coming in this week. Wala sila last week. Let's see how they will fare against a very fit Stallion side.
Well, let's take a look at the team standings, and the Stallions right now still, again, no wins after 3 attempts, and it is up to them to make sure that they climb that ladder. Delimondo at the middle, but we know that one loss can change everything.
Well, 2 wins and 1 loss for Delimondo, and Stallion can go right into the thick of things if they win their first game today.
This is the reason why each game is important. That's tournament format natin dito. So top 8 teams make it into the knockout stage, first against 8, and so on and so forth. And the last 4 teams, unfortunately, will be eliminated, and every win matters. Now, we have a lot of great football action for you coming right up, so keep it here on the Philam Life 7's Football League. Welcome to another great night of football here at the McKinley Hill Stadium. It is Philam Life 7's Football League Match Day 4. I'm Paulo De Rosario alongside Ryan Phoenix, and we have for you Delimondo Laro FC against Stallions. Delimondo in all white, Stallions in their red jerseys. Now, we're used to seeing them in pink, Ryan, but now they are in red. A more flattering color for a lot of them, I'm sure.
Ang ganda nga ng jerseys ng Stallion. I like their design this year.
And you know what? It's been a fantastic league so far, and it has been a different set of rules, has resulted in much fast-paced play, and great bicycle attempt there coming from Delimondo. And what's your impression so far, having covered a day of this game so far?
Well, alam mo, Paolo, the difference really is that action is fast-paced. It's really end-to-end. And unlike the 11s, may konting build-up pa, no? But in the 7s, it's immediately straight into the thick of things. And ang maganda rin kasi actually is that the counter-attacks just takes, what, 2 seconds?
Yeah. Takbuhan talaga eh, no? And I was talking to Anton Del Rosario and some of the other players who are participating in this tournament, and sinasabi nga nila, you can be a defender in name only, but dito sa 7's, kung defender ka, kailangan umatake ka rin.
Alam mo, funny that you mentioned Anton Del Rosario being saying that, because pansin mo, no, mamaya Anton he's number 3, he's in the right back position or the left back position, but umaabante siya eh. Talaga he's really just enjoying himself and joining the attacking forays of Delimondo.
Well, Delimondo now with a free kick in, finds no one. And this Stallions team, we feel right now, is using this tournament para mag-develop ng fitness levels going into the upcoming Philippine Premier League season. And we know that this is a very talented team, and the results so far, though, haven't been as great as they wanted it to be.
Well, Stallion, talk about the players that they have. These are PPL players, Paolo. Talk about Doctora, Nathan Alquiros, Fitch Alboleda. These are players who are gonna play in this league, this year's PPL. So alam mo talaga, their fitness is, if not there yet, it's 99% there.
Well, and some of these players, you would argue at least, should be considered to be part of the pool of Ascals. Also moving on, and Stallions there had an opportunity to go on a counter, but the ball was just too long.
Eh, tama yung sabi mo, no? Like, well, they have produced a lot of Ascals players, notably si Doctora, and Fitch, of course, has been part of the Ascals setup for past few years.
Oh, and that driven, that cross just too high there, coming from Delimondo. That was Kevin Skinker.
alam mo, nakakatuwa sa 7's, Paolo, is that there are a lot of familiar names. For those who are watching regularly the Philippine football setup, napakarami mga familiar names. And one of these names here, let's see if Delimondo scores, is their striker for today is Wako Cañas.
Ah, yes, of course. He's been a legend. And there's the first goal coming from Delimondo. Takashi Odomara scoring first.
Nakakatuwa yung celebration ni Takashi Odawara. Of course, another familiar name for Philippine football fans. He played for JPV before going to Davao Aguilas. And now, he's joining the mighty Delimondo Laro FC.
Well, Delimondo Laro FC really want this to come out with a better result than the last time they played this tournament. And good start here for them. And we are only not even 5 minutes in to this game, and Delimondo already up on the scoreboard. So for those who say that, oy, mabagal yung football, I encourage you to watch 7's football kasi kami dito, hindi kami nakakahinga. So,
Alam mo, Paolo, I think you agree also that if we were good enough to play, we'll be down there.
no, yeah. Well, to be fair though, some of these and that just hits the side netting of Stallion. Cedric Hodriel there, very happy that did not beat him. Could have been on the near post. And actually, like I was mentioning, if you're in the Philippine football setup, especially here in Metro Manila, you actually probably have played with some of the people in this tournament. Cedric Hodriel is a veteran of the Weekend Football League circuit of the past before joining the Ilocos United and before. And if you look at the other teams as well, the Heckle and Jekyll All-Stars, the Super Bad, a lot of those have played in the recreational circuit and are now playing at this level as well.
Di basta-basta rin yung fitness levels
Oh yeah, for sure.
na kailangan meron yung mga teams natin. As we see a foul,
And remember, team fouls are counted in this league. If you reach 6, para siyang penalty sa basketball. There will be a penalty awarded to your team. Now, if there's a penalty though, it won't be a straight up nasa penalty spot ka. You're gonna go from halfway and it's gonna be one-on-one with the keeper, a la MLS style penalty kicks. Takashi Oramara tries to sneak it in, but no, Stallion clears it.
merong training ground set play ang ginagawa ang Delimondo. Of course, if you have the chance, Paolo and I encourage you to come over and watch the games live here.
Absolutely, it's a great setup, and that header was just wide there coming from Delimondo. And yeah, it's a great setup here dito sa McKinney Hill Stadium. There's great music playing as the games are going around. Always a good crowd coming out. Also food trucks outside. A great day to, just sit back and enjoy time with the family or some friends. And in the afternoon and in the morning, there's actually the youth league that plays before this. So if you want to see the future of Philippine football, well, that's a great way to really take that all in.
Yung 7's Football League is not just for the adults. Actually, I will argue that the Youth Football League ng 7's draws a very interesting crowd, especially among the parents who are really, really passionate.
Yeah, because there are some parents who are more competitive than their children. So, and Ryan, aren't you one of them?
Minsan lang naman, Paolo. Huwag mo ko naglagyan. Minsan lang. But you know what, really, it's a joy to see.
Oh, and that's just too high coming from Stallions as Ruben Doctora.
A joy to see the kids play. Because alam mo, they're not motivated by money or by fame. They just want to play.
Yeah, and so that all comes out, and you'll be surprised with their skill level. I was watching kanina some of the younger kids, and some of the skills that they have learned. It's amazing to see, and it makes you excited for what they will become if they keep on playing football as they grow older.
Actually, one thing that I like to mention also is that most of the players playing now in 7's Football League are actually coaches or full-time or part-time coaches of these kids. So the kids, after playing their games in the afternoon, they actually sit back and just wait for their coaches to play now. Ang tanong nga dyan do the coaches practice what they preach?
Well, yeah, that will be a great example. Because when you see, and that shot is just high coming from Stallions, from Nathan Alqueros. Yeah, once you get to see your coaches who are telling you to do these things and you're actually seeing it being practiced and executed, syempre, it will leave a big impression on you.
And may halong kansaw yan eh. Like, if the coach commits an error, next training session, coach, di ba you told me to do this and you're not doing it on TV. I saw you.
Yeah, and you know, the coaches naman, there's a sense of pride there because they're performing in front of their kids. The kids that they actually coach. Kaya importante nga yun. Still 1-0 between Delimondo and Stallions. Delimondo up 1-0 after what was a great goal coming from Takashi Odomara. And Ryan, looking at what Stallions has shown so far, they have been dangerous but not much on target yet to bother Cedric Odrial of Delimondo. What do you think they need to do to just get their groove going and live up to the big names they have on the roster?
Well, first of all, I think it's important to note that this 7's game is really, really different from the 11's game that maybe Stallions are used to playing.
Oh, and there's another close chance there coming from Delimondo. Laro. And it's a corner for the boys in white.
Sabi nga ni Balot Doktora, kailangan mabilis ang pasahan sa 7's. And one goal, so correct that, one error, one goal. If you make commit a mistake, it's, you know, almost...
Tama, lahat ng ginagawa mo naka-magnify dito eh. Oh, and that was just too powerful there.
And one thing, Paulo, din alam mo, there's no place to hide in this 7's game. If you are not skilled enough or talented enough, and you'll get really found out very, very quickly.
Yeah, kasi madali ka nang i-target eh. Kasi, and you have to be quick on the counter. Every player has to be able to play each position. Strikers have to be able to defend. Defenders have to be able to attack. Oh, and physical play there. Anton Del Rosario almost beaten out. But Andoni Reyes there was frustrated that he didn't get the call, but Stallions still have the ball.
Ang tawag dyan ni Andoni, welcome to the 7's league.
Oh, and a good save there coming from Cedric Hodrial. Had to get to it. And a corner now for Stallions though. See what they can come up with here. Very quick feet coming from Stallions. Again, these are players who we expect to be playing at a higher level very soon sa Philippine Premier League.
And I guess it helps that if you are a player with some futsal background, which of course necessitates that meron kang quick, close control, it really does help a lot in this game.
Yes, that's very true. And foul there. Called a tackle from behind, come from Skinker.
So if you look at the lineups of both these clubs, the names that are actually coming off from this list are very familiar names. Skinker is also, once upon a time, part of the UFL setup.
Oh, and here's Delimondo trying to go the other way, but great defending there at the back coming from Stallions. Oh, but that's just too high for Abu C to handle. And yes, very familiar names coming from both teams. We mentioned that Stallions, majority of them will play in the Philippine Premier League. And you look at the other side there, the man on the ball, Gilmar Fernandez, had a few stints in the top flight Philippine football setup as well. Obviously, we all know Anton Del Rosario, Takashi Otomara, Hector Zaghi, Jose Montolivido. Again, players who have done well in the top level of Philippine football.
May dadagdag ako dyan, number 17 ng Delimondo na si Boogie Margarce.
Of course, yes.
Formerly of the Philippine Army.
Free kick now for Stallions. Alquiros. Driven ball goes nowhere. Delimondo now trying to rush the other way. And look how quickly Stallions just rush back to defending in numbers. 4 fouls already for Laro. 2 for Stallions. Again, once you reach 6, there's a penalty situation there, and it's kind of like basketball. There will be penalties there. Going the other way now, Alquiros finds it inside. Oh, that pass just too far out for Dom Del Rosario.
Ang ganda ng pasa na yun. The two players just unable to put a touch on the ball. And one of the names, as sabi mo nga, familiar names, Dom Del Rosario was also once upon a time with Global, with the Locos United. And I suppose now with Stallion.
Stallions trying to run the other way again. They get forward so quickly, but Delimondo just are able to put enough bodies in front of goal each and every time they run.
Quick feet talaga importante, no? I mean, for this game.
Bervic Italia checks in. Oh, sorry. That's Jose Montolivo checking in for Delimondo Laro. Again, running substitutions coming in this game. So it is very quick, and that's why they encourage the players inside to keep on running. Keep on running. Kung napagod ka, papalitan ka namin. And for the Stallions players, though, you know what? They probably won't be the team that doesn't really get tired, given how much fitness that they're trying to develop for the Philippine Premier League.
And knowing Coach Ernie Nieras, Paolo, I mean, Ernie is a stickler for fitness. I remember him saying, if you're not fit enough, don't bother showing to my tryouts.
Madugo yan. Imagine mo, tryout pa lang, you have to be fit already.
But of course, football is not just about fitness.
It's about skill. It's about poise and being smart about your decisions.
I think especially the 7's game. Alam mo, talk to Deportivo Matu players who are not exactly young players.
Yes.
And they were able to beat Stallions. And I think they took great pride in that, Paolo. Medyo masaya sila, no, that we were able to beat a very fit Stallion team.
Yeah. May veteran gulang din yun eh.
That
You
comes
know,
into play,
it's not just hindi lang sa basketball yan. You know, gulang comes in football also. The mga veteran moves, they exist also in football. For me, those are the people na, you know, when they say that they slow the game down mentally because they're so used to it, sa kanila, they have to slow the game down kasi their bodies can't take it anymore. So, yan yung veteran, yung veteran smarts.
But it's a good thing Matu may not be watching today because they'll not let that comment slide, Paolo.
No, I'm not saying that they are. I'm just saying that the players who have played longer can slow things down. And once you play longer, mapagal rin katawan mo.
With age comes experience.
Absolutely.
Is needed in this game. As you said, rolling substitutions. And one of the differences between 7's and the 11's game is yung unlimited subs ka.
Now, Laro have to be careful here. They already have 5 fouls. Again, if you reach 6, there will be a penalty situation for you. And that could be the reason why Stallions could get an opening goal here.
Actually, one of my favorite parts of this game is the penalty, that running penalty actually, from the midway line. We still have a few minutes left. I think we might be able to see one of them in this first half.
Yeah, unless Delimondo play a remarkably clean game from here on end. Foul there against Stallions. Their third. Fernandez now on the ball. Tries to switch it, but hits a Stallions player. Delimondo trying to move the ball around. Otherwise has been dangerous. Fernandez couldn't turn, but wins a corner. I think we have to mention it, just looking at them right now. It feels like Delimondo have the advantage in terms of physicality, the size. So you have to feel that they have to take advantage of mga corners na to. Oh, and that is a great save there. Coming from Pepito Hyson. Another corner, that one cleared out by Stallions. I will now try to rush the other way. But again, we have to mention yung fitness level of both teams, of any team actually who plays 7's, that you have to be able to get back really quickly after attacking.
Nakakatawa lang because I'm watching Wako Kanyas number 14 for Delimondo, the white shirts. And I'm never used to seeing him that far high up the pitch. Of course, 4 steps later, he's a defender already.
Yeah. A small field where you have to be able to do everything. Oh, and interception there almost from Stallions. Oh, and that was a great opportunity from Delimondo. Goes to waste though, too high on the cross there.
And that may be the secret actually to scoring goals in the Sevens league, is yung quick passing just to keep the defense unawares na para bagang bigla na lang 1, 2, 3 passing and then you just find yourself free for a shot on goal.
Also, mas maliit yung goal dito eh. So, taller players might find it a bit difficult to score with their head, and that shot goes wide there for Delimondo.
That is a very good point. And actually, big goalkeepers have a massive advantage. Kasi pag nakatayo ka, malaki kang goalkeeper.
Yeah, because you take up so much space.
You're almost covering the net, the goal.
Oh, great chance there for Stallions. A good save from Hodrial. Oh, and Delimondo trying to run the other way now, and they get to do that. Oh, but just out-muscled there. Talking about
that's a foul.
Delimondo and a foul there, and Ryan, that might be their 6th.
Waco was actually medyo na-frustrate ng konti. No? He made the run. Odawaro was on his right. Hindi nabigyan ng bola. And when he lost the ball, he just medyo frustration foul ng konti. No? Ito na yung sinasabi natin, Paolo.
It is the special hockey type penalty. The striker will be given 5 seconds to take the keeper on 1-on-1. Hodrial versus Andoni. Andoni and Hodrial dribbles past Hodrial, but the referee will call it back. Oh, but there's a violation there.
Nakakatawa yung reaction ng mga Stallion players. And you can hear it all the way from here. Ref, bakit wala?
We'll try to get a clarification there from the referee later. But right now, it's still 1-0 in favor of Delimondo. Hodrial will be very happy about that. And speaking about big goalkeepers taking up a lot of space, Hodrial, back in his days in the WFL, he used to be called Tubby, but right now he has lost a lot of weight. Oh, and a hard foul there coming from Stallion on Fernandez.
Shout out to our friend here, Cedric Hodrial.
Yes, who I am proud to say has lost a lot of weight since those days.
2 times mo na minention, Paolo, but
yeah.
I'll mention something else about Hodrial. His favorite player is not actually a goalkeeper.
Oh, really?
His favorite player is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ah, okay. Maybe that's why his hair is like that. Like, if you look at him closely, he sometimes cuts his hair like Cristiano Ronaldo.
Stallion almost equalizing there. And we will get clarification as to why the goal did not stand.
We'll try and get that for you after the halftime break. And I'm sure some of the players of Stallions would want a better explanation as well. And Delimondo have the lead despite what we could say is sustained pressure come from Stallions a while ago. They had a lot of opportunities but have yet to see the ball bulge the back of the net.
But it's a 1-goal lead. And Paolo, 1-goal leads in sevens is a very, very slim lead. Kung sa 11 aside nga, yung 1-goal lead is very slim. Lalo na rito sa sevens.
Not long now in the first half. Another rule here in the 7's league is timeouts, but you know, I don't think any of these players are used to that, and it'll be strange for them to actually have timeouts in dito sa 7's. Oh, great run there coming from Delimondo. Delimondo now trying to work on the left side of their flank. Oh, but stolen there. Stallions run the other way, stopped in the middle. Again, back and forth action between the two teams, just trying to find a way to get a good shot on goal. Good defending there coming from Stallions. And you have no room to hide. Again, pressure all the time. Oh, that ball bounces off Hodrial. Hodrial.
Loose ball.
It's loose. Good block there coming from Delimondo. Corner for Stallions.
Nakakatuwa talaga, no? The action is really end-to-end. And you see the action just switch from offense to defense, back to offense once again in a span of 15 seconds, literally.
Oh, and quick play there and a great attempt on goal. Close. Mono Cigar.
A good effort, good try.
Stallions now going the other way. You'd feel like they want to equalize before the half. And in their opinion, they should have gotten it already. Oh, Delimondo defending in numbers. Now we'll go the other way. It's 4-on-3. Shot from outside, deflected out for a corner.
Waco Cañas with a shot, and of course, Waco Cañas, no love lost between him and Stallion.
Hey, again, some of these players have history with each other because of their time in the old UFL, in the old PFL. Oh, and a great opportunity there for Delimondo to double their lead.
Of course, Waco, part of the title-winning team of Stallions. They won the cup and the league of Stallions FC with Waco Cañas and Rufo Sanchez. You remember him, Rufo Sanchez?
Oh, yes, of course. Again, for those who are really follow the league. Oh, and a handball there. For those who follow the top leagues, again, very familiar names here. Not long now here in the first half. Let's see just how Stallions will finish it. Little discussion there about how and where the free kick should be taken. Oh no, I think they ruled it as a foul, and we're gonna have another hockey side penalty. First one went Delimondo's way.
This time, can Stallion equalize with time running out in the first half?
Stallions. And a good save there from Hodrial. He'll be happy with that one.
First time around, Stallion just wanted to round the keeper. Second time around, just blasting over. Well, blasting over from that distance, si Balot Doctora.
Corner now for Stallions, but that goes out. It'll be the ball of Delimondo. And you know, that's very interesting, that type of penalty situation. Kasi kung one-on-one, if an experienced keeper would be able to just close the angle kaagad para mawala na yung advantage ng attacking player. So it's not as a sure thing if you get a penalty.
Ganda rin kasi yung ganong klaseng penalty because now it just discourages you in committing fouls that are over the limit.
1-0 now in favor of Delimondo. Laro against Stallions in our first half. We'll be right back. Stick with us for a lot more 7's action here in the Philam Life 7's Football League. Welcome back to the Philam Life 7's Football League. Delimondo FC versus Stallions. Delimondo leading by 1-0. Once again, I'm Paulo De Rosario alongside Ryan Phoenix. Delimondo in all white, Stallions in red and black. Competitive game we've seen so far despite the low score. And oh, that could have been the opener for Stallions there.
Medyo hinataw lang ng konti, no? If you had put in little less power, si Dom Del Rosario, number 4 from Stallions, would have been on target.
Yun nga, the goals are a lot smaller here. And oh, good chance here for Stallions. And there it is, the opening goal for them. The equalizer, 1-1.
And just like that, the 1-goal lead of Delimondo wiped out.
Well, that's Reynald Villarreal scoring for Stallions. And you know what? You mentioned it a while ago. This is a 1-goal lead is very small. Very slim here sa 7's competition.
And Reynald Villarreal, of course, familiar name as well. Dati siyang naglaro sa Green Archers United. And if I remember correctly, he was a defender before he was a forward player. So you know he knows his way to the goal.
Oh, and a great diving header there coming from Delimondo. Nothing there though. Waco Cañas would want that back.
Ano kayang nasabi in the halftime break?
Oh, and Stallions again trying to pepper the goal of Delimondo.
Because Stallions has been on fire in the early stages of the second half.
Because they have been getting forward a lot, but not a lot of shots on target for them in that first half. And now they are trying their best to make every shot count. Oh, that was a good opportunity for Delimondo, but stopped by the 3 defenders there. Mob defending. Now going the other way again. End-to-end action here dito sa McKinley Hill Stadium.
And when you say end-to-end, it's really end-to-end.
It's because let's be fair, 5 steps and you're in one end to the other. So ganun talaga. A little 1-2 action there for Delimondo.
Cañas!
Oh, and
Whoa!
Cañas hits the post. Sweet volley, though. Oh, and a foul there for Stallion against Stallions. Now, remember, the foul count resets after the half. So that's the first team foul of Stallions. Once you reach 6, it is a penalty situation. 1-on-1 with the keeper in what is a hockey-style type of situation. Delimondo with a free kick straight to the wall. They'll have another look here. Oh, a nifty move there. Working the wing. But Cañas still not able to get on target here in the second half.
Good move from Hector Zaghi. Had a good chat with him before the game. And sabi niya, he likes to say hi to the players he is coaching now, the youth players. Hector Zaghi, of course. Yan ang sabi niya, kailangan gawin mo to. Pinakita niya sa mga youth players na kanina.
Once again, some of them might actually be here watching right now because the youth tournament finishes right before the men's start playing. He's still here also in the McKinley Hill Stadium. Again, it's a full day of football dito sa Taguig, so make sure to come by if you're ever curious to see that level of play here, and I'm sure you'll be impressed.
And one of the things that I like really when you come watch the games live is that you can actually come up and say hi to the players, and I'm sure they'll be more than willing to take a photo, a selfie with you.
Yeah, and Cañas there with another opportunity, but that is deflected out for a corner for Delimondo. And you know what? I think we missed the best point of our pitch for them to come over here and join us dito sa McKinley Hill Stadium. Libre po siya. You can come here and you can have all this experience for free. So come on by. You get to meet Ryan Phoenix, who is, I'm sure, who everyone wants to see.
I think you can speak for yourself, Paulo Del Rosario. But you know what? The free admission, I think, is also an important draw. Especially now that the inflation is getting high and lambing expenses. This is free action for the whole family.
And we've been blessed to have great weather so far dito. And all the match days so far. And still little joust there. Both players trying to lift their leg, and as a foul against Delimondo. Now their first team foul here in the second half.
Alam mo, dito, more than in the 11th game, I think the 7th game now showcases a lot of those set pieces.
Oh, and here's a good chance for Stallions, but not able to control that. Talking about Fitch Arboleda.
Yung set piece play, no, na nakikita natin, more than the corners, I think the free kicks, may mga combination play na pwede kasing gawin ng bawat koponan just to be able to carve out that chance. Usually when you have a free kick, you either go straight on goal or just make that one pass. But here you can make a series of 3 to 4 passes leading up to the shot.
In very, very quick succession. A little bit over 5 minutes here sa second half natin, and 1-1 right now between the two teams. Oh, there's a chance for Stallions there, but unable to control that. Winds up for the shot. That goes over. Talking about Nathan Alquiros of Stallions. Delimondo have had a couple good opportunities here, particularly from Waco Cañas, but have yet to really challenge. And oh, there it is! Stallions get the lead 2-1. Villarreal with a second.
Delimondo will not be happy because actually the goal came about when number 11 lost the ball. And yun nga, no, sinasabi natin, paulit-ulit, one mistake, one goal. Eh, yun na nga sinasabi ng ating mga players. That one was a mistake from Delimondo and punished by a goal from Stallion.
Well, Stallions right now could be on the way to a good win there. That again, top 8 of this tournament, of this group stages, of this elimination stage, will progress to the knockouts. So every game important.
So far, Stallion in 10th place, outside of the magic number that is 8. 12 teams ang lumalahok sa ating 7's League, and each team will play 11 games. That should be a foul.
And it is a foul against Delimondo, their second team foul.
So each team will play 11 games, and the top 8 teams go to essentially the playoffs.
That's right. It'll be number 1 versus number 8, number 2 against number 7, and so on and so forth.
Alam mo what Anton Del Rosario has done here for football is that they made it into a system wherein the Filipinos can understand na mas madali maintindihan ng basketball fan.
Oh, and there was another chance for a hat-trick there. Rodrieldo able to get his hands on it quickly. Ocaña's not able to get a cross in, and Stallion suddenly running the other way. What can they do here? But good stop there coming from Delimondo, who now have the opportunity to settle their defense.
Gusto ng Pinoy kasi maraming action. Gusto ng Pinoy end-to-end. Gusto ng Pinoy also may mananalo. So every game has to have a winner.
Yes, there are no draws dito sa 7's Football League.
So that's what I like. Ano mo, Paolo? You just pattern, you just give what the Filipinos like.
Very relatable to yung league na to. And of course, football purists will be saying that it's a bit different. But hey, you know what? Everyone here is still having fun. Rodriel there in the right place at the right time.
Stallion coming off the second half on fire. They've come from behind to lead now.
It feels like they know that they underperformed in that first half.
And narinig niya, Paolo, because you were telling us, Paolo, that Stallion maybe, not really underperforming is the right word. Underachieving is also another.
And, well, Stallions now trying to increase their lead. Delimondo now, opportunity here to equalize. Fernandez not able to control that quickly enough. Another former Stallions player in Fernandez.
Gilmar. And he was not shy to proclaim his, shall we say, resemblance to Neymar.
Resemblance in appearance, mind you. And also, and that
was a
is
rocket.
another great goal from Stallions, who have dominated this second half. Not even 10 minutes in the second half, 3-1 now in favor of the red shirts.
That was a rocket, Paolo.
My goodness. Well, if we were talking about Stallions underachieving before, we're not talking about that now.
The Stallions looking for their first victory in the 7's League. And you'd argue that a team that's fit as Stallion and as talented as Stallion would have to have better showing than having 3 straight losses.
And for a team that is preparing for a bigger tournament soon in the Philippine Premier League, they have all the excuses to say that we can't go all out. But here they are performing very admirably, very well, coming from 1-0 down to lead 3-1 here in the second half.
Ang tanong ngayon, will Delimondo find an answer? Because they've been shell-shocked in this second half. Of course, Delimondo missing some players as well.
So, Anton Del Rosario now on the ball. What can he do here? We normally see him defending. Now let's see what he can do as an attacker. Cross, good cross in, and that could have been a great goal, but great save there coming from Hayason.
Grabe si Adwara. That was a shot that was really, really bound for the bottom corner. Rodriel with a fantastic save.
That's Hayason rather for Stallions.
I stand corrected, Hyson.
Oh, and another attempt there from Delimondo. They know they have a lot of room to make up. Oh, and there it is, a goal. Keeper went out, did not collect the ball.
Isa pa pala that we forgot to mention, Sao Paulo. In this game, there are no offsides.
Oh yeah, of course, no offsides there because the field is so small.
Because kanina, 2 players were on an offside position normally in an 11's game. So these things talaga kailangan mo i-factor in to your game strategy and game plan.
That's true, and a free kick now for Stallions in a dangerous position. They have the opportunity to rebuild that 2-goal lead. Stallions Laguna with a chance here, and Hodrial smart to it. Unable to get a quick shot to follow up. Delimondo now running the other way. What can they come up with here? Fernandez now on the wing. Gives it back. Oh, but Stallions are able to cut that out. Going the other way. But good defending there. Coming from Dapog.
And all of a sudden, that lead from Stallion looking vulnerable.
Because leading by 1 leads to 7's. Never comfortable. Dapog now. Oh, but good stop there coming from Lester Tahan.
And with half left to play, talagang a 1-goal lead is never comfortable, as you said.
Because can you imagine if a late goal makes it a draw? Then, well, it's a whole other kettle of fish. Oh, Stallions now trying to figure out this Delimondo defense once again. Is not able to. Delimondo now working on the left side. Goes to the middle. Oh, and a hard foul there. Now, you have to be careful about yellow cards as well. We haven't seen any yet, but if you have a yellow card, you have to sit out for a minute. So parang nga siyang hockey in a sin box wherein you foul, you have to sit out. So you have to be careful with what kinds of fouls you give up. Oh, and Cañas not happy with that.
Well, he shouldn't be happy with that because that was neither a pass nor a shot. Pero talking of yellow cards, the number 1 player that's missing from the Delimondo Laro team is William Gueridon, who was sent off actually last week with a straight red. So he's sitting out. He's in civilian clothes.
So some things don't change in football. There are still suspensions.
There are still suspensions, yes.
Dopog now running the other way. Oh, and what a run there.
That should
and
be...
it's not clipped according to the referee. Oh, but good goalkeeping coming from Stallions once again.
That's a good run from number 2, Elijah
Dapog.
Dapog. The referee had a good view of that one. He said no foul.
Oh, and that was a trademark long throw coming from Anton Del
May
Rosario.
isang problema lang, Paolo.
It's such a short field.
yung kanyang length of the throw is actually neutralized because the field is not that big.
Well, Ascal's fans will remember Anton Del Rosario's trademark long throws, which were almost as good as corner kicks, really. Oh, and very physical play there coming from Stallions.
Well, you expect
Good
no
defending. Oh, and here they are, the opportunity. They have the numbers, and they get another goal. Ruben Doctora doing what he does best.
That is a fantastic lightning quick counter from Stallion. Immediately when you saw the ball on the right side, dalawa sa kaliwa tumatakbo from the red shirts, and you just had to pick one. And Balot Doctora, I mean, with the experience that he has, with the quality that he has, he'll never make a mistake from that range.
4-2 now in favor of Stallions. Again, they were trailing 1-0 at the start of the second half. Things changed so quickly here sa 7's Football League. And again, Stallions running, going the other way. Stopped this time by Delimondo. They had now have it all to do. Now, Delimondo, what can they do here? They still have time, but time is quickly running out for them.
Well, a goal would change things, Paolo, very easily. That was a high boot, I think. It's a good overlap. And one
Oh.
thing I like to see here in the 7's game is how quick the feet are. It's really magnified. Nakita mo yung step overs and the trickery that you see. You see that more here than in the 11's game.
Because you're forced to be on the ball more here. So
And
I can understand that. Yes.
tight spaces as well, and yung mga players are very close to each other.
And they have to be creative to manufacture their own space.
Ang ganda ng tawag mo doon.
Manufacture your own space. It sounds difficult. It's also difficult to do.
But when you look at these guys, the way they play, parang parang andali lang, no? Just create a little bit of space at room to make a pass or make a shot.
Free kick situation for Delimondo. And that almost troubles the keeper, but it is a corner for the boys in white. Hector Zaghi sends it straight to the keeper. And Stallions also have the luxury of being one of those teams who are able to develop chemistry to a whole new level because of the amount that they work and train together. This is a professional team after all, who are trying to be one of the better clubs dito sa Pilipinas and hopefully represent the Philippines in a higher level of competition around Asia.
Well, they do have their stadium in Binyan, Laguna. Stallion, of course, bannered by Ernie Nieras. And Ernie's not coaching the 7's side, but you do know who's coaching, right? His daughter, Sab Nieras.
So it's a family affair for sure.
Although, pag tinanong mo si Balon Doktora, sabi niya, ako ang playing coach dito.
Hindi na magpatalo for sure. Again, Delimondo backs against the wall, nearing almost 5 minutes left dito sa second half natin. Stallions trying to hold them off, doing a good job so far. Ryan, what do you see is the biggest difference from their first and second half? Talking about Stallions and yung turnaround na nagawa nila dito.
Alam mo, you see a lot of fight, a lot of spark, and I think very, very quick, no, yung balls nila. And mapapansin mo rin, when they do have the chance to counter, immediately swarming the Delimondo team with a lot of players on the flanks. One thing here, Paulo, maybe it's something that's underrated as well. As you go along and play through this game, maybe fitness comes into play, maybe?
Maybe, possibly. But again, with the rolling substitution rule, that could easily be mitigated. But again, it's up to the team to handle their substitution patterns to make sure that everyone is as fit as they should be. At least to be able to run at 100% dito sa 7's Football League natin. Delimondo here, still trying to figure out how to unlock the Stallions defense. And as much as we've been praising how Stallions have been attacking, they've also been able to hold off Delimondo, who have managed to have a few good shots on goal as well.
Meron ako isang point, I think, Paolo, that's also important. I think Delimondo have players who may not have played together long enough to understand the movement of each other. So last week, Takasio Odawara, Wako Kanyas, these guys were not here. Also, si Elijah was also not here.
Yes, that's true. And, chemistry will always be a factor in most, if not all, team sports.
But more so in this very small-sided game.
Oh, and that is the 6th foul of Stallions. Let's see what Delimondo can come up with here. We could be up for a Grand Slam finish dito between Delimondo, Laro, and Stallions. If Laro are able to convert here. And no! That is wide. And now, Stallions, given that lifeline, have it all to lose here. They have to make sure that they hold on to this lead. Less than 3 minutes to play here.
Well, the net rippled sa likod ng goal.
It wasn't the net they wanted to ripple.
Yun ang problema. And one thing you see on TV there's their goal for the 7s. And there's another bigger goal for the 11s.
Because we cannot take away those goals dito sa McKinney Hill Stadium. And also, there are multiple lines on the field as well. So you have to look at the smaller box of the keeper, and that is their area. So kindly ignore the bigger box that we normally reserve for the 11-a-side games.
So Delimondo missing a lot of players, as we said kanina.
Oh, and Gilmar here with the chance, but gives it straight away to Stallions, who are now running the other way. Good stop there, though, from Delimondo. We're now chasing the game with 2 minutes left to play.
And nakita mo when Stallion break, they don't break now with too much numbers. They just break with 3 players. With another 3 just staying at the back. You look at the Delimondo lineup, the full lineup that they have. Alam mo, they have Misag Bahadoran. They've got Eddie Maliari. So these guys are, veterans of the Philippine football scene who are not available today.
Some who have featured for the national team as well. And that is just high and wide, ambitious effort coming from Delimondo. At this rate, though, Stallions getting a much-needed victory dito sa Philam Life 7's Football League. Ryan, what has impressed you the most with this team?
For Stallions, I think it's really the fitness coming to play right now. And alam mo, yung maganda kasi makita sa kanila is that the way they chase the balls down, you know that they have the extra gear if they needed to. And nakita mo nga, it comes into play now. Tsaka I think the fact that they are playing and training together, as you said, for the PPL, and their familiarity, it's really coming into play now. As opposed to a team like Delimondo, who, let's admit, some of these players maybe play for fun.
Well, for Delimondo, though, with the amount of talent that they have, we know that they are capable of producing a better performance than what we have seen dito sa second half natin. And I'm sure that they will go back to the drawing board, looking forward to the next match day 5, to make sure that they bounce back with a big win. Time is running out now. Can Delimondo pull one back? And that is all she wrote. Stallions FC comes up with a 4-2 win against Delimondo Laro FC after coming from a 1-0 deficit after the first half. Big win for Stallions, who have been struggling so far at Dito 7's. Maybe it is a start of what is going to be a grand campaign for them dito sa McKinney Hill Stadium. Thank you for joining us. I'm Paulo De Rosario alongside Ryan Phoenix.